Welcome to Easy A Homeschool Academy. Today, we are going to learn about an important river civilization from a long time ago. A civilization is a place where people live, work, play, and learn together. The civilization we will learn about today is called Ancient China. A river is a critical source of life as it provides clean water for domestic uses as well as for the cultivation of crops. The people of ancient Mesopotamia relied on the Tigris and the Euphrates rivers. The people of ancient Egypt relied on the Nile River, and the people of ancient India relied on the Indus River. Similarly, the people of ancient China relied on the Yellow River and the Yangtze River for their survival. The Yellow River and the Yangtze River flow through China. Their geographical locations created perfect conditions for the creation of farming villages along their banks. Each spring, the rivers overflowed their banks, leaving behind fertile soil. The early people of this region used this to their advantage to cultivate crops like millet, wheat, rice, and barley. The people also survived by hunting and by raising domestic animals like sheep, oxen, pigs, and silkworms. The ancient people of this region learned about the ebb and flow of the rivers and created drainage canals or protective walls to control or hold back floodwaters. In early Chinese history, small villages existed along the Yellow and Yangtze river banks, and a chieftain led each. Over time, the villages across the region united into what is called a dynasty. A dynasty is a line of rulers from the same family. Each ruler was a direct descendant from the last ruler. Eventually, the ruler's title was changed to emperor. Emperors defended their right to rule as it was believed they were appointed to lead by the gods. This is known as the mandate of heaven. With ineffective leadership, the gods could take away the mandate of heaven and give it to another family. The people of ancient China were polytheistic, which means they believed in multiple gods. Like most ancient civilizations, the Chinese saw natural events as the work of gods. Additionally, they practiced ancestor worship. They had a deep connection to family members who had died, as they believed his or her spirit watched over the living. They believed the spirits had magical powers and could choose to help or harm the people of the living world. Family spirits included all the ancestors who came before, going back hundreds of years. The people of ancient China honored their deceased loved ones by having a shrine in their home. They would bring gifts of food and wine to temples, and this was their way of honoring the deceased and keeping them happy in the afterworld. Examples of an early Chinese writing system can be found on oracle bones. Ancient Chinese religious leaders commonly used tortoise shells and cattle bones to answer questions about the future. They interpreted the cracks formed by holes punched in the bones. Oracle bones also served as a way for the religious leaders to write down the history of the dynasty and the timeline of emperors. Today, over 150,000 oracle bones have been recovered. Similar to other ancient civilizations, the people of ancient China lived by a social pyramid. The emperor or king was at the top, followed by the military personnel and nobility, usually family members of the emperor. Next were merchants, craftspeople, and other specialized skilled workers. Further down the pyramid were farmers. Thanks to the surplus in food cultivation, the people were able to settle in permanent villages and stray away from the nomadic hunter-gatherer lifestyle. As a result, the people of ancient China were skilled workers. They worked with bone, jade, ceramics, stone, wood, bronze, and shells. Working with bronze became common practice, and items such as drinking vessels, chariots, and axes were widely used during this period. Trading was an important part of daily life for the people of ancient China. They are credited with the cultivation of silkworms, whose silk was used to create cloth. This cloth was traded widely across Asia and stretched even into Eastern Europe. Since silk was one of the major products traded along the trade routes at the time, the route was called the Silk Road. Besides silk, however, the people traded tea, salt, sugar, porcelain, and spices. These items were considered luxury goods. The people of ancient China imported items like cotton, ivory, wool, gold, and silver. The Silk Road contributed greatly to the spread of ideas and cultural practices throughout the region. The people of ancient China left a lasting influence, and that is evident by the technology and inventions that are still used today. They are credited with inventions like silk, paper, gunpowder, the compass, the crossbow, printing, matches, wheelbarrows, the sundial, astronomy, jump ropes, umbrellas, ink, and so much more. Ancient Chinese civilizations existed thousands of years ago and lasted a very long time. Many of its discoveries and practices have survived an even greater test of time. The developments made by the people influenced many more civilizations that came after them. Archaeologists are still learning about the ways of life of the people from this time through writings and artifacts they left behind. I hope you learned something about ancient Chinese civilizations today. Thanks for taking this learning journey with me. Until next time. As always, thank you for watching. Tell us what you want to see next. Email ezahomeschoolacademy@yahoo.com. Like and share our videos. Please subscribe to our channel.